All right, let's dig in here. I think I got everything settled up. Morning. We got a little gap down in the market. The market's kind of extended now. We are at 520. We coming down into 530. We got a flat open though, which is good. So we got some levels to trade around. I mean, this is really like when you get a little bit extended. You had guys. First of all, it's not just three like awesome days. We've had three like full days. What I mean by that is like they've been really good, solid moves. For Christmas Eve, we trended up to 9 EMA the whole day. Right, the couple days before we were pretty much trending, and then the day before we were trending. I mean, that's a rare bird. It's a huge gift, by the way, too. It's a rare bird and a huge gift. So hopefully, everybody capitalized a little bit on this thing and are ready to party. So today, when you get something, you got a little bit of a flat open. We have some ranges to trade around, right? That we'll just have to kind of be mindful of. We've got ourselves just a little weakness, and that kind of takes us back half into the previous day's range. So this box is what we want to really trade around today, and we'll kind of keep an eye on it because we have multiple levels of support here. You have your 9 EMA and the daily chart, and then you have this kind of previous day's range. And so now we've made a little bit of a sweet spot, and you know, could we use a little bit of rest? Sure. I mean, we're up 3 good days in a row. You don't always get them, but it is something that could be, it is something that typically will happen after you get a little bouncy McGee. So let's go in and kind of dig into the watch list. But I think we're in a good spot. Frankly, if we pulled back and chopped around here just a tad, it would set up for, I think it's set up for some nice little doohickeys if we can get it. So I like the overall look of the market. We do need a slight little bounce. Do we get it? Maybe, maybe not. That's for the Lord. But we got levels to trade around, and that's a good thing. And then, on the other side, the market's just been hot, right? I mean, look at the candles on this thing, right? So you're closing near highs the last couple days. Can't beat that, right? So we got ourselves right back into this breakout spot. And, so this was just a big fugazi off the Fed. And now we're kind of coming back into this. But you can see here, we've kind of had 3 big sticks up. Maybe we got to just chop around a little bit and have ourselves a little hootenanny. Then we'll see kind of what's up. Good, 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 good. It's raining over here. All right. Hey, IWM is still a bear flag. I don't think there's anything to read into this one, so probably just leave it alone. Even though the IWM's been in the dumper, right? The individual stocks that would be considered IWM type of names have actually been going, right? We've been having like runs in all these kind of names, right? These are typically your IWM type of names. So I think you're in a good spot regardless. I wouldn't worry too much about what's happening with the IWM. And you can see this rates are still getting pummeled. And that is a slight cause of concern. Even though we keep cutting interest rates, the interest rates they keep going up. Let's see here. Look at this. Right, all these they're all getting they are all getting, and see, these are the yields, the 10-year yields. So you've been just kind of creeping up. So we're cutting rates, but the rates are going up. That's a rare bird. Since I've been trading, I don't recall very many instances where that happens, where the government cuts rates, but the market says, "Screw you, we're raising them regardless," and that'll be something to watch at some point. But Now, the market is doing its own thing. So it's something in the back of the head. Like, yeah, this is kind of weird. But so far, it's not impacting price action in a negative manner yet. So there's not that much we can read into it so far. But keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the earnings plays, the gappers, all this kind of fun stuff, and let's go and have ourselves a little fun. Hold on here, 1 second. Sweet. Yeah, you can see this is CYD China Yuchai. This is not enough volume for us. Hey, this KC is the only Chinese stock really worth trading, by the way. It's been on a huge trend. There must have been something good that came out on this company because they've been left for dead. But if you see here, it's got a huge breakout that's just in the cards. Only China stock worth a damn so far this year. It's got this huge breakout in the cards here. If you're going back just years, right? 2, 3 years, big breakout here, and it's got like a little flag pattern even on the daily chart. Now, look, this is not really something you day trade. It's day tradable, but its range will be like 50 cents today. But on a longer term basis, right? If this can pull a little bit, you might get a little swinger out of this thing. This thing is hot. That's a good looking chart right there. And this pattern in specific has been working pretty much nonstop this whole year. So, dude, let's roll with it. I keep that, but I think that's probably a little bit more of a swing trade than a day trader. Right, these are all the Ether, ETS, junk. Cryptos are in the dumper a little bit. Let me see. Little Bitcoin's doing 95. It's just settling in this 95. It's probably a good spot, anyways. It's on the 50-day moving average. Junk, 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 junk. Now, look, you can see GME starting to break out here. You got yourself a nice pattern on this. Like, I would add this to the watch list. You got yourself a little bit of a flat top a breakout on this bad boy, and it has been working. I mean, it's been grinding higher. You may get, I don't know if there's very many shorts left in this thing, but you may just get a little pull. GME up pre-market roaring kitty tweet. I don't know if that means anything per se, but the breakout is there. Now I suck at trading this stock, so I always leave it alone, but you can keep it. Look at this RCAT. This is, still setting up here. This is post earnings. It kind of died down. Now it's kind of ripped it back. We were trading it this day. We had an awesome trade on it for a buck or two, but it fucking failed by the end of the day. Now it is rolling its way back, dude. Not bad. All right, all right. Look at this. A-Lab's just a big grinder. Lunar's at breakout. All right, well, let's kind of dig in and see. It doesn't look like there's that much in the pre going on. Let me just check on the downside, make sure there's nothing going. And guys, market will speed up pretty soon. Not that it's slow right now, but earnings season is starting here, right? And so typically banks and Alcoa is the beginning of the earnings season. So you got 2 weeks basically to kind of sharpen your swords. Then you get Citigroup right around that same time. J.P. Morgan. This is the kickstart of earnings weeks, right? Alcoa and some of these banks. You got 2 weeks to kind of just get all your ducks in a row because the market's starting to it's going to get a lot more fun then. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to trade PR plays, which is really the funnest stuff. So right now, I mean, the market's fairly hot, but the big hairy Indian butt is that it's about to get a little bit zesty. Anybody see any news on SMCI, by the way? I noticed this thing's kind of percolating a tad, not much. Sorry about that. Man's got to get his creams on. All right. Hey, Finn, what's up, baby? All right, let's get into kind of our regular watch list, and then we'll we'll dig back through. I think we go in. Tesla's trying to break out again. Swing traders. There was a little bit of an entry here a couple days ago, and then you see like this kind of see this close here. You get a little bit of a hammer candle. Um, that's usually a telltale sign, right? When it kind of closes back over the 9. And then yesterday you had Friday you had the big push with the big fucking close. Let me just tell you, that was a big close, man. We were adding this thing on the VWAP here and sold it for like 2 points. Where I was like happy with it, and fucking, I turn around, this thing's at 470. That's a big close. I mean, we got to, at least at this point, it may have a couple inside days at some point, but we got to assume that the push to highs is back on. Somebody's just buying this thing. They got this epic algo on this thing too. Every time it comes back into support, fucking thing, so it just breaks back out. So I think you add this in. This is probably top of the list. I'd come in and add some of these. I'd come and add some of these kind of like random little aviation plays, aviation space plays. This one in Joby had big runs, big trends on what was it, Tuesday? Big trends on Tuesday. This one looks like it's got a run to 9. That's the breakout on it. It's a little bit of a weird stock because it's been kind of just waking up and down a little bit. But once it kind of clears out this space, I mean, it should move a lot more clear. And then, ACHR is clearing out all the space. I'd be watching for dips on both those. Zaman, what's up, baby? Yeah, it's not bad. Next, I got Reddit. Dude, I had so many alerts set on this on Tuesday too, and they didn't fucking go off. This is right at the spot. This is at a breakout spot right now. It's ready to party right now. If it wants to go, it can go. That's a damn good look right there. Woo. Keep that. TSM at a classic after a big trend day. Classic inside day, right? You get a super narrow range. Super narrow range. Man, that's a good looker right there, right? So you got 2 big days. Then you had an inside day. Now you got a flat open on this today. Your 9 EMA is starting to catch up on this thing. And you got yourself this kind of 207, 208, breakout here. Keep an eye. If it goes red to green today, it may stab into that 208 pretty quickly. I'm liking the overall look of it. We got Roblox over here too. You can see this one's been absorbing at this like kind of 58 zone for a little bit of time, just absorbing. It's been wicking down into it for a few days. You're about to start clearing out this range. I like the overall look of it. I keep an eye on this. I keep thinking the run is done in this, but every time it dips down, see like it kind of will spike down here. It's been getting bought back up, right? It's been getting bought back up. And so, I've been noticing this thing for a while. Like it'll just open weak and then rip it. So in my heart, I keep thinking this thing's probably extended, but it keeps getting bought back up here. So as long as it holds over the 9 EMA and the daily, then, we're just doing it. AAOI. Hey, look, after this big run, this was kind of post earnings. After this big run, you spent all this time kind of just digesting this. You got a level here that's developing right around this 40 spot. And we're pretty much right there. Like, as long as we can kind of hold into the zone, we've got ourselves a good little location on this. I like this added to the watch list. Hey, BTDR had a big stick on Friday. The crypto market right now looks a little bit dead, but if it starts to bounce today, dude, you got a breakout setting up on this. I would say out of all the coin stocks, right? This one's got the best chart. It's been getting bought up every time, and it moves pretty clear. I mean, the range, it doesn't look like it did much. And then you're like, fuck, this thing went up, 4 points, 5 points. It's got a good look to it. Man, that's pretty nice. And then, just some daily traders, anytime AVGO dips intraday, if you ever get an ATR dip, like where it dips like half its ATR or something, we look to try to snag some for a day trade. It's setting up here. It's on day 4 of the move now, so it may need to chop around for a couple days before, it kind of makes out whatever it's going to do. But this stock's had the best range, great range, great liquidity. You got tons of flow on the option side to trade it back and forth. Like that's a good damn look right there too. Heck yeah, you can't add this for a swing trade, really. That entry is gone. At this point, it's just a strict day trading entry. You do have a spot here on the hourly that it's been setting up here for a little bit of time that should take it into the breakout spot. It would really, man, a couple down days on this would set it up for a monster cock breakout. Just even one down day and then an inside day, something to back and fill that area. I think then you'd set up for really a nice spot. If it doesn't do that, you may just kind of grind into the highs, but it won't be like a sexy McGee. It'll just be like, oh shit, it's back at highs. Just one little dip, an inside day. It really will tighten the gas on this thing to get it going. I mean, so this and Tesla out of the large caps, these are the two that are holding up. So if you're going to trade large caps or you're trading options on them or whatever it might be, these are the two with the heat that you want to do them on. The rest of them look okay, but they're still in like no man's land, right? Like if you're an AMD, that's in no man's land. You're in NVIDIA. I mean, still in no man's land. All of these are kind of, okay. I guess Google too, but Google just moves very slow. Yeah. Yeah, I got one more here on the, if this APP can take out this kind of 350, man, you go 350. I think that's a good spot on it to kind of release it. I'm not touching it until it gets either there or close to there where it kind of congeals, because it may just come back into the bottom of the range then and back and fill this area. And you don't want to do that, right? So, like, it's just in a little bit of a box right now. Let it clear that box. Then you'll have yourself a little bit more fun. So, this is got a chance, but it needs a little work. All right. So there's, when you're looking at, opportunities for the trading day, it's always what's ready now and then what might need a few more days, right? A few more days to like work. This may need a little bit more time to work, like versus like, right, a Tesla, because it's already, right, it had that big move on Tuesday and it's already been coming out of range. It's like it's ready now, right? So you have kind of a little bit of a difference there. Like this TSM's right at the breakout, so it's kind of ready now. So you have a little bit of an extra. Yeah, I thought the swing trade entry was probably yesterday on Meta. You're a little bit back into the more middle of the range. Would you, if you're a swing trader, can you add on day 3 of a move? That's a little bit of the penis in between us, right? Your real swing trade entries are probably, at 600 maybe, or, ideally closer to the 50-day moving average. Now you're getting into a little bit of the spot where it's like, all right, you're remounting these areas, but now that's a lot of confirmation. Unless you're the president of the confirmation society, you may not need that much confirmation when you're making trades, right? So you're kind of coming in, your RR changes considerably if you add this for a swing here, because like, where's your stop? It's still probably down here, but you're giving yourself basically a chance to retest down there. Zaman, what up, baby? Good. All right, so just to repeat, so we got our ducks in a row, right? Tesla, AVGO, and TSM on the large cap side. On kind of the more midi names. We've got Reddit here. We've got the road to the blocks. We got possibly sound. We got AOI. I think this Oklo needs a little bit of a rest. It has been grinding right into it because you're kind of at the top of the Bollinger Band. It is looking like a little bit of a breakout, but when you grind into the breakout spots like that and you kind of hit these kind of Bollinger Bands and stuff like that, you often do need an inside day or some type of pull to kind of just get them to relax a little bit. And this one, it's got the week open too. Watch and see if the crypto market holds. You may get a red to green on this in a takeout. You know it, Zaman, my Persian prince. That's a good look. That's the list. I'm sticking to it. Am I missing anything? All right, man. Let's do the Lord's work today in fucking rage. Let's go do the Lord's work, baby.